Okay, so we have a question right here. It basically says that a student applied a tensile force to a metal wire of length x and diameter d. The length of the wire increased by delta x. The student applied the same force to a second wire of the same material. Okay, the length of the second wire increased by 2 delta x. Which row of the table could show the length and the diameter of the second wire? So we need to find original length and the diameter of the second wire, right? So we will use the formula for Young modulus, which is Young modulus is equals to stress by strain, right, which is F by A over delta x by x. So it will become F by x over A delta x, right? Young modulus. Okay, so now we can expand it more through area. So area is equals to pi r square, right? Why pi r square? Because as you know that the metal wire is actually circular in shape, right? So we will use the area of circle formula right here. So, and as well as you know the values are given in diameter, not in radius, so you will use the formula r is equals to d by 2. You should know by now that basically diameter radius is the half of diameter, right? So now if you input the value of it in the area, it will become area is equals to pi d by 2 square, and it will become a is equals to pi by 4 times d square, right? So now what we need to do is we need to input area over here, so it will become ym is equals to f x by area is pi d pi by 4, my bad, let me erase it, pi by 4 d square and delta x, right? So this is your Young modulus, pi by 4 d squared delta x. So now we need to see which things are not required. Like for example, Young modulus is not needed because it is made up of the same material. Force is not needed because the force has been applied on both of the wire is basically the same force was applied. And basically the pi by 4 is not even needed, so all of these three are constant, so we can write it as y dot m by f times pi by 4, right, equals to x original length over d square times delta x, right? So let me erase all of this and write it in a fresh page. So it will become, so it's final is basically y dot m by f times pi by 4 is equals to x by d square delta x, right? So now we need to separate them and make it into two equations, one for the wire 1 and one for the wire 2. Let's say this one is for wire 1. Now to make it for wire 2, you just need to substitute this value in here. Basically it's 2 times of the extension, right? So it's y dot m by f times pi by 4, right, x by d square and 2 times of delta x, right? So nothing has changed, just this thing was increased, the extension had increased. Okay, so now, and this is for the second wire, so now basically we will combine them, so it will become x, make sure to add 1 so you know which y you're talking about, x1 d square delta x is equals to x2 d square 2 times of delta x. So delta x basically the extension have the same value, just it's been twice, so you will remove these extensions. Now you will be left with x1 by d square is equals to x2 2 times of d square, right? So now your main mission is basically to take the values from a, b, c and d, the length and diameters values, and input it in here, right? If basically the value of the right side is equal to the basically the values of the left side, then your answer is basically correct, right? So let's do it right now. Let me erase it again. So basically our formula was x by d square, x1 by d square is equals to x2, or let's just input the value now, no need to write it again. So if we input the value, it becomes 0.5x, right? Instead of x2, we replace x2 with this, and basically with d we replace this value, which becomes 0.5 d square, 2 times of 0.5 d square, right? D whole square. So now basically if you write it in fractional form, it will be much easier to understand. So it's 2 times of 1 by 2 d square basically, yeah. Now if you write it more furthermore, it becomes 1 by 2 times of 1 by 4 d square. So now you can cut these two and it will become 1 by 2 d square, and then you can cut these two as well, you know, as per the reciprocal rule. So it will become, make sure to add x as well, I forgot to add x. So it will become x by d square. So basically this stuff matches with this, so your answer is basically correct. Let's check the other options as well, which is B, C and D. So let me erase it up. So your A option is correct. So let's check other options as well. So now x by d square is equals to, substitute this value in there, so it becomes 0.5x by 2d square and 2 times, so it becomes 1 by 2 by 2 times, or 2 square is basically 4, and 4 times 2 is 8, right? So 8d square. Now this thing comes right here below, sorry, this, make sure to add x. So this 2 value comes down here as per the reciprocal rule, so it becomes x by 16d square, right? So this is not equal to this value right here, so this is incorrect. The option B is incorrect, right? So let's take the option number C as well. Okay, so option number C says 0.5 and sorry, not this, my bad, 2 and 0.5. So x by d square is equals to 2x, right, over 0.5 d whole square. Now if you check it up, it's 2x by, and make sure to add 2 as well, so it's 2x by 2 times of 1 by 2 d square, right? So it will become 2x by 2 times of 1 by 4 d square, and it will be, it cuts from here and will become 1 by 2 d square. So now so now this 2 will go up here, this 2 will go up here, so it will be 4x by d square. Still doesn't matches, so option number C is also incorrect. Let's check the final option, which is option number D. So option number D says 2x and 2d, so x by d square is equals to 2x by 2d square 2, right? So if you check this as well, so it's 2x by 2 square is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, so it's 8d square. So if you cut this out, it will be remain with 4, so it's x by 4d square, which is also incorrect because it doesn't matches with this equation. So option number D is incorrect as well. So your final option or final answer is basically A, right?